Let's go. What do you do when someone catches your head kick? Timmy with the intro, as always. And this comes off of the back of before I was talking about. Well, we haven't done it today actually, but the KFC call about setting up head kicks. An interesting, yeah, my guy here just asked me about it in the thing, and I was already making some content about when someone catches your head kick. But obviously, and then like how to deal with that and different opportunities that come with it. Something just came together whilst I was replying to someone about it, just like putting two and two together. I was like, oh, this is actually where my philosophy has like manifested itself, you know? And the idea is, so basically, when you throw a head kick in sparring, normally the etiquette, like if you're more experienced, is you don't catch that and try and sweep someone off of it. But it does happen, especially when you throw a lot of head kicks against less experienced guys. They tend to catch it, or experienced guys, when they get mad at you, they will do that and like try and sweep you off of it. So my guy was just asking me before, this dog's name is Timmy. The one on the ground's name is Zeke. What's the dog's name? Someone just asked. Yeah, but oftentimes people will do that out of, sometimes not always out of malice, sometimes out of malice. But a philosophy that I've always held is I like to communicate and tell them if they don't know, especially if they're less experienced. And I would just tell them, hey, bro, just so you know, like I'm pulling these head kicks. You wouldn't normally be blocking them. It's fine to do it with me. I do tell people that. But more often than not, like against other people, they probably might not be too happy with it. And I'll explain why me saying it's fine to do it with me has actually come in really handy. Pub Junior, didn't see your training, got caught up with something. Yeah, I just today my body was just asking for a rest. I was at the gym before and I was like, bro, I'm wrecked. Because I've trained basically for like 8 days straight or something. So sometimes I'm like, all right, need a little rest, bro. Need a little rest. So I just listen to the body, what God tells me basically. If he's like, rest on this day, do it. I almost went, and this is an interesting topic to get into for another time. I almost went, but it just was coming from a place of like scarcity. Like I was like, I'm gonna miss out on something. But it's like, nah, bro. Like, don't make decisions based on that. Nice dog. Thanks, bro. So yeah, when it comes to that, coming back to the head kick, when people catch your head kicks, I tell them that, and I'll tell them, about not doing it in general, but then they know a lot of the time they'll know for next time not to catch it, but even more experienced guys will do it. But a big benefit, and why I go, okay, do the, like, you can do it to me still, is I know that sometimes you might head kick someone and you might get a Yoel Romero where it doesn't knock them out because they're just unknockoutable with the head kick, or it doesn't phase them really. And you've got to learn to defend against that. And it happens, like you see it in the highest level. So I'm like, okay, cool. Here's my opportunity. I know that normally you blast someone with a head kick full force, they're not going to catch it. Sometimes it might happen. But as a result of that, something that I get told a lot now, which I hadn't necessarily put two and two together, I just realized that I could do it, and people had noticed it, is my single leg defense is actually really solid. Like people will literally pick my, like grab one leg wrestling wise, pick my leg up above their head and above their shoulder and be pushing it up, like literally be up here at my own head height, and they can't sweep my bottom foot out and can't take me down. And then I just realized when I was talking to my guy about it before in the DMs, I was like, oh, that's actually probably like the head kick defense thing. Because my legs already up at the head there, little dab for you, is probably why my single leg defense is so solid at all heights. So it's like I can literally do it where I'll have people like kind of essentially running at me. Obviously, if they ran at me, I'd probably fall over. But they're moving very fast and like really chasing the takedown. And I can hop and navigate my way around a room very comfortably and escape the single leg, whether I limp leg out, try and do a backflip or cartwheel or something, or go into a roll of some sort. It tends to work. And I realized, oh, that's because that opportunity that I was like, I'm just going to work on this because I don't want to stop the spar and always have to explain that. I want to use this opportunity. And now it's like, oh, of course that's going to translate over to single leg defense. So yeah. What's your fave head kick combo? My favorite, I've got a couple. One of my favorites is like setting up the teep or the low kick to the front leg, stepping back into orthodox when they like drop their hands for the teep and then doing a question mark kick. It's probably one of my favorites. That or one that I really love is like I'll kind of kick, bait them into an exchange and like they do a hand, like we're throwing hands a little bit. And then right as they're exiting and thinking the exchange is done, like I'll condition them to do it a little bit. I'll condition them to think nothing's happening after. So we'll do a couple of exchanges where I kind of just exit and lean away. But then when I can tell that their defense is down and think, okay, we're done now, I'll go and throw the head kick up right as I'm exiting. And normally it depends. Like sometimes it's over their blind side. Like if we're mirrored stance, like because I stand southpaw and they stand orthodox. Normally my right foot is on the outside of their leg and I'll throw it up. Or as I'm angling out towards my left, I'll throw the right high kick. Or as they're angling out towards my right, I can throw up the right high kick. So those are some of my favorite combos there. Just that's all good. We need to give ourselves a break sometimes. Whatever God says, we do it. Inshallah. Yes, sir. That's true, Junior. That's true. So yeah, we take those breaks. We take those breaks and pancakes when we need to. And it's good. It's all gravy, baby. It's all gravy, baby. Um, yeah. But that is just a little bit about that there. It just makes a lot of sense. It's good for more experienced guys tend to not catch your head kick when you do them. But it's always a good opportunity for you to stay active the whole time. That's a big part of the philosophy there. Because sometimes our head kick guys pull it and they'll like punch me off of the pulled head kick as well as like the takedown stuff. So sometimes it's like they'll try to strike back. I'm like, all right, cool. Good opportunity for me to practice staying active in my defense after a high kick because normally your legs are going to come all the way down. But it's good to be defensively sound and it looks cool as well. It's like, for me, I just think it looks sick, especially inspiring. Or even imagine doing that in a fight. You high kick someone, or it's cooler inspiring because in a fight you should be knocking them out with their head kick. But normally you throw the high kick or something, people are like, oh, and then when someone tries to do something after and you slip pull defend, they're like, oh, so good. So yeah, an example of how much you would not be catching a head kick is like when I caught my guy in my first fight with a clean question mark kick. I walked him into it off the teeps to the stomach. So this is coming back to one of my favorite combos where a couple teeps to the belly. As he's marching forward, the hands just come down slightly, step back into orthodox, boom. Question mark kick. And his whole thing was trying to march forward and like come just walk through all my shots. So I head kicked him and he got a knockdown off it. I think he might have gone out for like a second and then fell down. So that's a KO, baby. But yeah, you're just not going to be able to walk through a well-placed headshot more often than not. And this guy even had like 14 odd probably more than 14 kilograms on me as well. So it's like, it works, bro. Junior, all right. Gonna get some rest, brother. God bless you and rest up, my man. May Jesus be with you. Hey, thanks, bro. God bless you too. You rest well, bro. And I'll see you at training soon. Should be in tomorrow night. That's the plan anyway. So yeah, but a good concept to take from that there is finding opportunity in things that people would otherwise see as a negative thing. Because it's like there's always a gain or a positive to something. So if you can train your mind to seek those positive things and take advantage of them, then it has benefits. Like in martial arts, that's such a direct, obvious correlation. But like I say, martial arts, business, life, they're actually all the same. They all work the exact same way. So I say they're all different forms of the same thing. Like at their core, they're all the same, just the form that they take on the surface seems different, but they're actually really similar. Yeah. Some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience. So filter your comments, be nice. Judo Chop, my guy. I sort of read your message to me, but basically get your butt into training, bro. Nah, that's cool. We'll see you soon, bro. We'll see you when we see you. I trust you, bro. I was a bit out and about when I opened that, which is why I normally like to sit down and read my messages. Anyway, so seeing things, choosing to see things as gain and like genuinely believe that because it's all happening for you for some reason, and not assuming malice, to sometimes like what you can attribute to ignorance. But a lot of us are quick to assume malice, like people have bad intentions. But one of the main things is like normally it comes from ignorance. Like, so when I tell guys like, oh bro, you know, you wouldn't normally be catching that head kick, they're like, oh dude, I didn't know, I'm sorry. And they're cool with it. Sometimes people are just tense, and especially if you're newer to sparring and like a beginner, when you see the opportunity, because you're like, they pull the head kick and they stop, and you're like, oh, they're so exposed, they're on one leg, bam, bam, they'll blast through. So a lot of the time, it just like looking at it from the eyes of a beginner, you can just be really opportunistic and like, yeah, sick, I'm gonna go, which is great that we want to fuel that enthusiasm, not kill it. There, where do you train? I train at Hoyle Martial Arts, Springfield, baby. That's where I train, bro. Come through. But yeah, so that's one of the big things. Looking at things as gain, genuinely seeking the positive and what you gain from it, because there's something to be gained from every situation. You can argue, well, I like to make the argument there's no such thing as loss. Even though people might be like, yeah, you're going to, there are losses, like, oh, in business, if you set a goal and you don't hit it, that's a loss. Or like in MMA or fighting, if you lose a fight, that's a loss. You can argue, especially in MMA, you could be like, yeah, that's a loss. But if you choose to see it as gain, like if those losses are what's required for you to win down the line, like to win a championship belt, to provide for your family, whatever it is that you're looking to do, if those losses in business are required, and I say this, it's important because God doesn't make mistakes. But if these things are required for you to succeed down the line, are they really losses? Or can you frame them all as gains? So even in business, when things dip, what are you gaining from that? You gain something from that. Maybe some clients leave and you gain the opportunity for more aligned clients to come in. So you always gain something, and it's your choice as to whether or not you frame it that way. And then when you frame it that way, you will create, it's like begets like. You'll create situations where there is gain from that. You will take all the gain that you can from that. And yeah, so I'm a big proponent of, my wife first introduced that concept to me, and I was like, what are you talking about? Like 4 years ago, I was like, of course you can lose at stuff. But she's so right. And like, you can see that in the way that the best, most innovative people in the world choose to see things that way. And she very much led the path that way for me beforehand. Was like, there's no loss, and you get to see all of the success that comes with that. Like we say, wealth is one of the best indicators of your personal development, because when you develop those kind of things, it's like the stuff that people are like, no, just give me the strategy. How do I make money in that? It's that. Like you sort that stuff out and the wealth just follows. Some people say, hello, Anson. Hello, my guy. How's it going? Yeah, you're a busy fella. It's just chasing you too, because I can see you got some sort of counter for, but I still don't want to go in because I still don't know what the counter will be for me. Yeah. I get you, bro. I get you, Jack. Well, that's the idea though. You're not supposed to know what the counter is going to be. I'm keeping you guessing. But even then, most people know the high kick's coming. I just do stuff to set it up. So yeah, that's I appreciate the likes on the live, Anson. It's very kind of you. Um, so yeah, it's like, yeah, the idea is with the head kick, you can't stop the sun from shining. If you set stuff up and you're intentional about it, it just like happens. And a lot of people just present me the opportunities, even when they're really experienced and know that it's coming from me. It's like I still got a way of learning it. Bruce J, what was your first car? Mitsubishi Lancer 2008, a red one. So I was one of those guys driving around, but it's just like what our neighbor had. So I bought it off them. Before I got my license, actually, I bought it and like paid for it all. That was cool. At my parents' house, my parents' neighbor's house, not my current neighbor's house. So yeah, this was a while ago. But yeah, coming back to that side of things, when you choose to see everything as the gain that it is, then you will create those kind of opportunities for yourself. You'll create that circumstance because you only experience the reality that you focus on. So if you focus on one that is one of gain, positivity, and you're always increasing from everything that you do, John Kavanaugh frames it as win or learn, but I say you learn regardless of a win or a loss, because there is no loss. Then, bro, you just keep on flowing, you keep on growing, and that's the way, bro. That is just, there's so much more abundance in that it's just pure abundance. Everything's gain, and it's like you flip from this perspective of why is this happening to me to realizing, oh, this is all happening for me. It's cool. It's cool. It's a good time. Yeah, they're like a weird Jack. Yeah, there's a weird hesitation where I'm trying to decipher, and then you get me with a trip or some cheeky stuff. Haha. Yeah, bro, that's the idea. It's like you keep them lost in the sauce, so always trying to keep you guessing, deciphering, scramble the brain, get them lost in the sauce. You think something's coming, boom, it's something else, trip you with that. And they're all based on the reactions that you give me. So it's like, whilst you're trying to figure out, oh, what's he doing here? What's happening here? Every action that I give has a reaction from you. And this is like how I set up the high kicks and that. I'll watch what people's reactions are to what I'm doing, and then I'll just move based on that. So some people give me the right reaction for a question mark kick, and I'll do it. If they don't give me the right reaction, I won't do it. So yeah. Guess what my project car is? It's Aussie but Japanese engine, and sorry I love cars, and cute doggo. Megatron sends those. Yeah, Megatron. Also cute doggo. Thanks. He's a very cute boy. There's another one at my feet, but he doesn't like being picked up that much, so he might not make an appearance. He might actually. I might put him on the chair next to me. Zeke, come here. So yeah, come here. Come here. They just mentioned cute doggos, so I'm like, I gotta show this guy too. Very cute doggo. Not a big fan of being picked up. He's like, what are you doing? All right, here you go. So he's gonna sit there. I'll move this out of your way. Okay. Anyway, so Zeke's on the chair. You can see Zeke here, sort of. We'll move that over a bit so you can see Zeke too. You can see Zeke there. Yeah. Everyone gets to see Zeke. We'll pull Zeke this way a little bit. My guys, my boys. I love these boys. And on a little random note, just as again, like begets like, and I just want to express this gratitude. I'm so stoked that this is the craft, bro. Just get to spread knowledge, spread game, and give love, give this information, and do it in a way that like so natural and easy. And I love it. Love everything about the craft. And I just get to hang out with these boys all day or as much as I want. So it's good. It's good. Bruce said B. I don't know if the rest of that got filtered out, Bruce, but that's all I've got from your thing there. So yeah, if anyone has any other questions about head kick stuff, we're kind of just filtering into some question time now, and that I'll shoot off in a little bit because it's getting late, bro. It's getting late. It's getting to bedtime. Bedtime. But yeah, that's just a really important concept to understand. A couple concepts, like there's opportunity in everything. Well, that's the main concept from today that we're putting into practice. There's opportunity and gain in everything. Sometimes you might not see how it's going to translate over directly, but more often than not, it tends to translate into things that are very closely related to what you do. And then, yeah, and it just makes sense to do. So choose to frame things as the positive and just let go of the idea of losing. There's no losing. There's only winning. It's only gain. Be like water. Bruce Lee says, my guy. My guy says that. I like it. But yeah, that might be all for today. Hey, boys. Is that all for today? Zeke's licking his paws and getting stopped by me. Yeah, that's the idea. Just remember, it's all gains. Remember, this is all a thinking man's game. Embrace that. And it'll be all gravy, baby. We'll catch you guys on the flippity flip. Take care. Bye. Bye.